Yesterday, my kids finally started school, and after school, we only had one big meltdown and a couple of little tiny ones. And to me, that's a huge win. I know their systems are under stress. Let me tell you what happened. We were swimming in the pool, playing sharks and minnows. It was almost time to go to dance, and I was the shark and they were the minnows, and I accidentally scratched one of them when I grabbed her. And she started crying. And then I said, okay, like, we are gonna get out now. And I tried to move them to get out, and she cried more, and she went underwater, and I couldn't get her out, and she was in a total meltdown. And I was like, you have to get out. I tried to go for logic and reasoning, like, sister's gonna be late to dance if we don't get out now. And she's like, I don't care if sister's gonna. She said a bunch of stuff like, you're the worst mom, and this totally sucks, and I hate you. And I eventually got her out by using my body to get her over to the steps and stairs. She got out, we walked up, she said more stuff to me, like, don't treat me like a 3-year-old, and why are you doing this to me? And I stayed really quiet. I just said, I know. There was almost nothing I could say that didn't elicit a huge reaction from her, and so that was my cue that I wasn't supposed to say anything at all. So I walked her up the stairs, and she said she wanted to get dressed by herself, and so I said, okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. And she's like, don't treat me like that. And I said, okay, and I left, and I came back in 2 minutes, and she was still laying on the bed, not dressed, and so I said, okay, here's your shorts, here's your shirt. I don't even think I said anything. I think I just handed them to her. And, and there's no reason that I need to respond. And what I want you to hold is that, yes, was she being provocative? Abso-freaking-lutely. And her provocations did not warrant teaching, rationalization, or anything else from me. It was about the amount of overwhelm and overload that she'd been holding in her body on our first day of school all day. And here she was letting it out. And when I stayed calm and present, and when I didn't react, she regulated. She got in her clothes, she came down, and I did not even come back to it. There was no need to. She got regulated, she stayed with me, and I stayed really present because I knew for the rest of the day that it was gonna be pretty edgy. They're overwhelmed. And that is what centering regulation looks like. It looks like being able to say, hey, you know what? My child is experiencing stress right now, and that is where this behavior is coming from. And so I'm gonna work to reduce the stress. Later, and in my case, like probably in a few days or weeks, I can work on the provocative language, but right now it's not the time. Right now is the time to center her regulation. If you're still in the back to school transition with your kids, let me know in the comments how it's going.